Hey fellas, how you doing? It's the 4th of November. It's pretty windy. I got the flag down. It's, rained here yesterday, which is a rarity. I'm going to show you some of the. I'm all prepared for whatever happens here in the near coming future. I made my final preparations yesterday, so I'm going to show you some of the things as well as speak to you about some of the places I think you can go if shit hits the fan and you can get out and the U.S. becomes untenable. So I plan to shelter in place, and that's where I'll be. Unless it gets too bad, and the only place I'll move, I'll talk to you here in a little bit. Some of the things I have done, I have a total of 5, one out brand new bottle hooked up to the gas grill outside, which is also a charcoal or wood grill outside. I have 4 additional of those. My car is fueled up on full. Let me see if I can show you some of the stuff over here. There are 2 water filters. One in the box, one out of the box to make sure. There's walkie-talkies right there. And back up there are solar panels. And I'll show you the generator. And the rest of that, I have my little bench for doing weapons cleaning. All of my weapons are clean and taken care of. I will show you some of the stuff that's done in the house. We have filled up, not completely filled up, but we have a lot of food in our freezer. We have extra coffee. Here's the pantry. This is the pantry I show people who come over. We have extra like that. Attack cat. She will defend us from any intruders, providing they don't feed her. And then if they feed either one of these 2, all bets are off. So I'll take you over here, show you the meat stocks we have in the freezer. The freezer's full of frozen meat, and we have power to make sure we can keep running off the grid. I have a conversion. This is a power cell right here that will we can recharge and keep charged with the solar panels. These are all staged around the house. And the other thing is, so far today, and I got calf kicked yesterday. I got kicked in the calf, and it's been a long time. I had to take the day off. I'm gonna try not to limp too much when I banter about here, but just show up at my front door and expect me to know who you are when I don't. Anyways, but those are people that are trying to sell Jesus and that. We got the plants. Several of the plants that we have are medicinal. We keep them in a separate bathroom, like aloe vera and other stuff like that. So first aid things. Most of the things that I purposes, that's not only a flashlight but a baton. There's a pump right there. Anyways, I won't show you too much. Take you around back here. I intend to shelter in place, but I'm going to give you some opportunities to also work out every day. There might be some water saved up. There might be some food supplies, some extra water, salt, Not too much, but that's just a little bit that I'll show you. Where I made sure when we lived here, walk at least round trip to the local Walmart here in case I needed to. It's the proper time of the year if anything's going to go bad. I can tell you that you can't call time out in real life. Let me see if I can show you some of this stuff. This is what I keep by my bedside. It is loaded but not chambered, and a round in the chamber guy. And you can disagree with me about that, that's fine. But what I do keep loaded are enough rounds to make things as easy on me, just in case, as it can be. Again, I plan to shelter in place. I'm not looking to get away. And yes, I've been terribly lazy. I didn't even make the bed. So I'll take you around here. We have plenty of drinking water, but we also have topped off, I'll take you out back, topped off the pool. I have a bucket I keep here that I use to drain the water heater. Here is our water heater, and I drain that. There's the drain for it. I do that myself to keep the heater running. And yes, the water heater's new. I keep this bucket right in here. So we lose our water supply, then I'll be able to still have the toilets work by using that bucket and taking the water from. And it's windy out here, so if you lose my voice, I'm not doing it on purpose. Woo! That's a nice. How you do? Let me get over here. Jeez. All right, that's about as good as I can get. We filled up the. Pretty much, that's about as full as I'm comfortable with keeping it. There's the Franklin Mountains and everything. So we're all good here. Here again is a attack cat. So be careful. Around here you might get scratched. Here's the other one, sunbathe. So they are truly fierce. But aside, let me take you in and show you some of the places that I have as backup plans if I need to leave the United States. All right. One of them is Mexico. My wife has an extensive family in Mexico, the state of Chihuahua. So if shit gets too bad, I'll just jump across the border and wait down there. Now, what I have pulled up here is a map from 1999. It's out of the Library of Congress, and it shows the South America. One of the places where you can go where they actually speak English is this country right there. Even though it's right next to Venezuela, they have just found an enormous amount of oil and gas. So the U.S. has a big-time presence there, and there are a lot of U.S. companies there, and they speak English is the spoken language there. Another place which one of you, the guys brought up today in the comments is Uruguay. I also think Argentina is a good bet, and Paraguay is a good bet. Argentina has a pretty hardcore now government that is leans to the right. Uruguay and Paraguay, if you ever want to see 6-foot-tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people from World War II Germany, they're down there. I personally am not. I like the people of Brazil. I don't like the way the government's run or anything else like that. Bolivia is a big no for me. Peru at one time, not now. Ecuador, no. Colombia, definitely not Colombia or Venezuela. And Chile has a propensity of being unstable, and it has way too many earthquakes. All right? So those are my backup plans. My backup plans, again, I will tell you in order of precedence. If Mexico doesn't work out and the U.S. doesn't work, is Guyana, Uruguay, Argentina, and maybe Paraguay. That's it. I'm not going to Europe. I'm not going to Asia. That's just my personal preference. I keep. Oh, let me sit down. My calf's hurting me anyways. Great kick. And you know, calf kicks when I was coming up in mixed martial arts and boxing and all of that, calf kick, you're like, that's not going to hurt anybody. Let me tell you something. If you have never had anybody put their shin or the top of their foot or instep into your calf, I highly recommend you skip that part of the tour. Anyways, all of this to say, I am not trying to scare you. I am not a fearmonger. I am what I call a realist. I just think that there are issues that many people don't think about that mean a lot to people who aren't. Well, let me just be blunt. There's a lot of stupid people in the United States. There's a lot of people who, because of all the hard work men have put into the infrastructure and the way that so people can live their lives on easy mode, that are easily duped into doing something. And one of the biggest issues that people tend to forget about is Roe v. Wade was overturned. That is something that will hold dear to a lot of women. I'm telling you, the election, I hope the election is overwhelming one way or the other. And I've already voted. I did vote a straight Republican ticket. I'm a moderate. I usually vote independent, but this time, when it comes down to a choice, I wanted my vote to actually matter, and I voted for the candidate who I thought represented the best opportunity for our future. That's it. I'm not getting into the weeds about anything else, about good or bad or anything else. But I also remember the riots in 2020 when BLM, Antifa, the Black Bloc, ACAB, all cops are bastards, all of those groups were running fucking wild, burning down U.S. cities, and nobody did a damn thing. And one of the worst offenders is Kamala Harris's running partner, Tim Walz. Claimed to be a command sergeant major. He's just, anyways, let me just stop. That's a touchy subject for me. And you know what? I'm going to go off on a rant for a little bit. I spent 19 years and 8 months in the military. I got hurt real bad, and I was medically retired from the military. One of the highest awards that I got was an Archon for Valor. Now, I was put in for a Silver Star, but it was downgraded because not only was I an enlisted guy, but I don't have the greatest record in the world, and I don't know enough people. I can tell you that when I walk around or I have to listen to some of these people, and if you don't believe that people give each other awards in the military, you're wrong. They sit back there and shine a chair with their ass their whole time, and they put each other in for Bronze Stars and Silver Stars, and they never were on the front lines. I never saw a sergeant major or command sergeant major on the front lines. First sergeants, hell fucking yeah, first sergeants were on the front lines. Special operators, the only operators in the Navy that were getting smoked were their forward observers and their SEAL teams. The Marines and the Army, we were catching hell. And it wasn't anybody outside of the combat services. A few of us in the EOD community, let me just stop. But I think the way that Tim Walz walked away from his unit when he knew they were going to deploy, that for me, I can't. Anyways, that's one of the reasons. I'm not poo-pooing her, Kamala Harris. She's the first of her kind, like Obama, and she's just going to get a fuck ton of votes simply because of that. She's the first of her kind, and people want to say that we have a woman who became president, and we have a woman person of color, who became president. That is just as important to a substantial amount of people, as well as the people against who are for abortion rights. So that's it from me. I'm prepared. We're ready. I'm not going out and doing too much today or tomorrow. I'll wait and see. And if you know anything about violence or civil unrest, it's not where you realize it's happening. It's just one day everything's just like it was the day before, and the next day people are fighting all over the place. All right? It's better to be prepared. It's not too late to be prepared, but do what you can, all right? I'm personally, I won't be out on the roads driving around and shit goes crazy. You don't want to be stuck in traffic or run out of gas on the side of the road. Then what the hell are you going to do? So I think it's smarter for you to shelter in place. All right? Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you have to take care of yourselves. One of the first dominoes to fall will probably start happening tomorrow, unless it's absolutely overwhelming and neither side, Republican or Democrat, can claim that they really don't have a choice. Like, I'm talking like a few million votes won't matter. It's so overwhelming one way or the other. Okay? And even if that does happen, we're still going to have some problems. It won't be as bad as if it's too close to call. All right? Love you guys. I'm going to do what I can to help you. You don't have to like. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not ever going to try to take anything from you. I don't have anything to sell. The only book I recommend about money is The Richest Man in Babylon. His name is Clayson. It's like 138, 139 pages. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy a used copy of it. Do whatever you want. That'll give you a good fundamental understanding about money. And I think as of tomorrow till about June of next year, they're going to find out just how important men are to a society. All right? Like a fart in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. I'll probably, I'll title this something about being prepared for tomorrow. All right? Bye-bye.